Hujambo Wall, and Aquaba. Welcome to You Ain't Imagining This. I hope that you are finding small moments of peace today, maybe even big moments, and places where you can breathe. I'm Mama Robin, your sister host here at You Ain't Imagining This, and I'm so glad you're here today. So come on in, get comfortable with me for a few minutes, pull up that chair, and let's sit on the front porch together. Take a deep breath if you like. I think I will. In through my nose and out through the mouth. See, this is a no rush space right now because, you guessed it, today we're having one of our comforting moments. So this is a space where we step away from the noise for a little while. It's a space where we rest and reflect and restore ourselves. We're not solving any problems today. We're not carrying a single burden more, but we are giving ourselves permission to pause. Who doesn't like that, right? This sounds like the perfect space. And I think those pauses matter, especially for those of us who spend so much of our lives navigating spaces that can be exhausting and demanding and overwhelming. I gotta say for myself, check, check, and check. So, I'm excited about doing a comforting moment right now. I really look forward to these. Today, we're gonna do something a little bit different here. We're going to begin with a folktale. Now, if you spent any time with me, and I hope you have, you already know how much I love folk tales and I love birds. So I thought this would be the perfect story for us to share together. It's a simple story about a little bird, an open gate, and a question that many of us have asked at one time or another. What is freedom? So let's settle in and let's begin. Now let's take a real cleansing breath together. I love the collective breaths. So let's do it together. In through the nose and sighing out through the mouth. Let's get started. The bird in the sky. You know, that's one thing I love about folk tales. The titles are so simple and it sounds like, what can that mean? But at the end you find out, oh, I get it. So I will just say, the bird in the sky. Long ago, when the world was still young enough for animals to speak and trees to answer back, there lived a small bird in a beautiful garden. The garden was safe and peaceful and filled with fresh water, fruit, and flowers. The bird never went hungry. The bird never went thirsty. And every morning, she awoke to the same familiar sights, the same trees, the same path, the same patch of sky above. Her home was surrounded by a golden fence. Not a cruel fence. I think you know what I mean by that. Not a frightening fence. A beautiful fence. One that sparkled in the morning sunlight and glowed softly beneath the moon at night. She had lived there for so long that she no longer even noticed the fence at all. She simply thought, this is the world. And so, the years passed. She sang, she rested, she lived. But sometimes, late in the afternoon, when the shadows stretched long across the ground, the bird would hear sounds across the fence, from way beyond the fence. The call of distant birds, the rush of a river, the whisper of wind moving through forests that she had never seen. And sometimes the bird would get curious. "What is that?" she would wonder. But no one would answer, and she couldn't. One spring morning, after a night of heavy rain, the bird noticed something unusual. A section of the golden fence had fallen. It wasn't broken or destroyed. It had simply opened wide. Beyond the opening lay fields the bird had never seen, trees she didn't recognize, a sky that seemed larger somehow. And she stared at all of it. Then she stepped back. But the opening remained. The bird looked again, but still she didn't move towards it. The next day, the gate was still open, and the next. The bird told herself many things. Perhaps it was safer just to stay inside. Perhaps the world beyond was dangerous. Perhaps tomorrow would be a better day to explore. So the bird stayed inside. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. The opening remained wide open. One evening, as the sun began to set, an old robin landed beside the bird. The robin looked at the opening, then looked at the bird. "You know," said the robin, "the sky is open and waiting for you." The bird tilted her head. "What do you mean?" And the robin seemed surprised. "The sky is open and welcomes every bird." The small bird looked upward. She had never thought about the sky welcoming anyone, not even her. And the robin continued, "Your wings were not given to you for decoration." And the bird looked at her wings. She had always used them to hop from one branch to another, to flutter from tree to tree, but never much farther than that. "I don't know how to fly," the bird admitted. And the robin nodded. That's different from not being able to fly." Then, without another word, the robin spread its wings and rose into the evening air. The bird watched until the robin disappeared into the distance. That night, the bird could not sleep. She kept thinking about the sky, about her wings, and about the possibilities. And just before dawn, while the world was still quiet, she made a decision. She walked to the opening of the gate. Her heart was beating quickly, and the world beyond looked enormous. She hesitated, then took one small step, then another, and another. And before she realized what she was doing, she opened her wings. The first flight was awkward. The second flight was better. By the third flight, the bird was soaring and laughing. She was laughing so hard that she nearly forgot to flap her wings. She flew over rivers and over forests and over fields. The bird discovered places she had never imagined. And when evening came, the bird landed in a tall tree and watched the sunset. The world was larger than she had ever known. But something surprised the bird. Freedom. She had never felt freedom. But freedom didn't feel like excitement alone. It also felt like peace and like a deep breath. Like becoming more fully herself. And from that day forward, whenever the bird met another creature who wondered what freedom felt like, she would smile and say, "It feels a little like remembering something you forgot was always yours. The end. I hope you enjoyed the folktale, The Bird in the Sky. It left me thinking, and I was thinking about that little bird, and I find myself wondering what freedom feels like, what it sounds like. I think it might feel quieter than I expect. Does it feel like, in the story with the bird, an open gate, or a sky welcoming you? Or does it feel like hesitation? Or is hesitation something that belonged to the bird and maybe belongs to us? And the bird hesitated not because she lacked wings, but because she had forgotten what they were for. Perhaps we've all had moments like that. I know I have. Moments when life invites us towards a little more rest, or a little more joy, or a little more possibility, or some other kind of freedom. And we're not quite sure what to do next. So today, I'm not going to ask any big questions of yourself or of myself. Not today. Instead, perhaps we can just sit with the story for a moment. With the bird, the open gate, the welcoming sky. And if a thought comes, let's just let it come. Or if the feeling comes, let it flow. If nothing comes at all, that's okay too. Let's just sit here for a moment together. And then we come right back. Well, I'm back. I didn't go far. I also think, the little bird didn't need to cross the whole sky. It only needed to remember that it had wings, that she could go anywhere at any time. And perhaps that really is enough for today. So, Asante Sana, thank you for spending this comforting moment with me. I hope that you'll make room for a few more moments for yourself today. Moments to breathe, to notice, or to simply be. These small pauses may seem simple, but they can help us restore ourselves and remember what matters. And if you know someone who could use a comforting moment, a place to breathe, or a reminder that they're not alone, then this is the place for them. So please share this episode with them. I'm Amma Robin, your friend and sister host here in YAIT Town. The porch light is always on here, and there is a seat waiting for you and for them. There's always room for one more. So come as you are, take what you need, and you ain't imagining this. Ashe, community.